While President Trump continues to try to impose his will on other nations, his Department of Government Efficiency shows no sign of slowing down on dismantling domestic policies. The Elon Musk-led task force known as the DOGE has been listing off entities that received millions of dollars in federal funding, including media outlet Reuters. Musk took exception to the news organization following an article that was published about the DOGE's actions. Jason Godola joins us live with the latest tonight. Good evening, Jason.
Good evening, Manisa. The Trump administration continues to cite waste and fraud in various agencies and departments, including the Department of Education.
That require 4 years, then I think.
Ms. McMahon, please suspend.
Fantastic.
Capitol Police are asked to remove the individual from the hearing room.
While facing numerous interruptions, U.S. President Donald Trump's new head of education reaffirmed the administration's plan to tear down and rebuild the Department of Education.
And certainly President Trump understands that we'll be working with Congress. We'd like to do this right. We'd like to make sure that we are presenting a plan that I think our senators could get on board with and our Congress could get on board with, that would have a better functioning Department of Education, but certainly does require congressional action.
Joined by her family, former wrestling executive Linda McMahon outlined Trump's plans at her Senate confirmation hearing today, calling Elon Musk and the Department of Government Efficiency's efforts to overhaul government merely an audit when it comes to schools.
It is not the president's goal to defund the programs. It is only to have it operate more efficiently.
This week, Trump and his right-hand man faced a barrage of questions inside the Oval Office about their plans to radically cut spending and restructure its priorities.
It's not draconian or radical, I think. It's really just saying, let's look at each of these expenditures and say, is this actually in the best interest of the people? And if it is, it's approved. If it's not, we should think about it.
They've also taken to social media, listing off numerous entities that received federal dollars, following a published Reuters news article about the DOGE's cuts and motives. Musk and Trump took aim at the news organization and say the company received millions of dollars for a defense contract. According to the U.S. spending webpage, the expired contract was awarded to another company operating under the Thomson Reuters Corporation.
Eliminate or destroy the Department of National Institutes of Health, NIH, is crazy. Let's talk about the Department of Labor. We're talking about protections for working people across this country, where people can actually complain about abuses their companies are making against them and their coworkers.
Opposition and public backlash also continues while lawmakers debate the unprecedented cost-cutting measures at the DOGE committee hearings. Trump and company promised to find $1 trillion in savings. They've already targeted 9 out of 15 agencies and pledged to cut down on federal employees.
75,000 people accepted the buyout program. That's going to save millions of dollars for the American taxpayers, and that's exactly what we wanted.
As of right now, the only resistance to the DOGE are recent court orders from judges, including one directive to halt Musk from digging into the U.S. Treasury's payment system, which holds private financial information the tech mogul would have access to.
If the courts get overwhelmed and really can't act, or if the courts act and make determinations in opposition to the president's position, and then the president, the vice president, the administration, the agencies simply refuse to adhere to the court's decisions, that would be a constitutional crisis.
This afternoon, U.S. Senator Ron Wyden from Oregon took to X saying that his office was notified about DOGE staffers had entered the IRS building to examine operations. U.S. President Trump says that Tax Revenue Service will not be shut down, but examined like all departments.